Christian McCaffrey left last night's game against the Texans with a strained hamstring. Carolina had no problem beating Houston, and now they'll have more than a week off before facing the Cowboys in Week 4. McCaffrey was an All-Pro in 2019, but missed all 13 games last season with a variety of injuries. So, Shannon, will injuries always be a problem for him?
I don't think so, Skip. I just think he's had a run of bad luck. The first 3 seasons, he didn't miss a game.
Nope.
And last year against Kansas City, Skip, he's trying to get extra yards for a stretch over the goal line, I think it was, and he sprains his AC joint.
Yep.
Then a few weeks later, guy falls on his ankle. He has a high ankle sprain.
Yep.
Last night, he's trying to, stutter step a guy, and he tweaks his hamstring. But, Skip, I mean, when you look at it, he had 30 touches in Week 1, 29 in Week 2. Skip, that's on a pace to over 500. And you have to understand, he's slightly over 200 pounds. He's not Derrick Henry.
I agree.
Derrick Henry's 240, 255. So he can take that kind of pounding, but I don't think Derrick Henry can take 30 touches every game. Now we got 17 games, Skip, put you over 500 touches.
Yep.
I just think they might need to pair some of those carries, pair some of those touches. Mm-hmm. They do have Chuba Hubbard. I don't know. I would have kept Mike Davis and let Mike Davis take some of that burn off him. But I don't think, Skip, he just had a very bad run of bad luck, a streak of bad luck as far as dealing with injuries. But hopefully it doesn't something that sits him down and you guys catching a break again. You always catch breaks because you know what was going to happen. It had C-Mac been in there. He's going to run all over you guys. And Sam Darnold's going to throw a party on you guys. But doesn't seem like that's going to happen. You dodged the bullet again. But Skip, to make I don't think he's injury prone. I just think he's had a bad streak of bad luck.
I wish he could play a week from Sunday.
No, you
Jerry
don't.
World, because he would get mic'd, as in Micah Parsons. Yep,
Nope.
Be all over him. Look, I'll be the first to admit, Christian McCaffrey has been much better than I thought he would be in professional football. Mm-hmm. You basically watched him grow up in your locker room, right?
Yep.
When did you first see him? Age 8-ish or so?
No, he was younger than that. Ed got there in 96.
His father.
Ed got there in 95.
Ed McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he probably knows, Skip. He wasn't even born then. He wasn't born until about 96, 97.
Okay.
So he was a baby.
Okay. So, but you saw him very young.
Yeah.
We had him on at the Super Bowl in Miami, and I was highly impressed with him.
Oh, he put together.
He is put together, and he's also put together mentally, where he's in charge of it. He gets it, sees it, knows it. He knows all the right rules, the nutrition, the massage therapist. He's got it all.
And guess what, Skip? He saw his dad. Right there, how his dad ate. His dad always getting massages, always getting stretched, always got worked on. Dad played, I think Ed played 13 years. I think he played 1 year fewer than what I played. So he saw
and what was his dad to you? Describe him to those who don't know.
Quiet, kind of like Christian. Ed was quiet to himself. Tall, Ed was about 6'5", probably around 215-ish. But I believe in a foot race, his dad could outrun him. His dad was probably faster in a 40 than what C-Mac is, if you can believe that. Long strider. He much taller. Christian is probably 5'11". Dad was 6'5". But their personality is very similar. Ed was tall. Ed's locker was right across from mine, so he was tall. Obviously, he did a lot of laughter because I kept a lot of people in stitches. But he was just, go about, do his job. That's how he was.
Tough guy.
Yeah. Some of the shots that Eddie took, I'm like, ooh. I heard, you okay, bro? He'd double up, come off the field for a play. Next thing you know, Ed run right back in the ball game. Yeah.
Durable?
Very, very durable. Now, Skip, I think you remember that, I think it was the night before 9/11, he suffered that gruesome leg injury on Monday Night Football against the Giants. So he missed the rest of that season. But he came back the following season, and he played really well because I came back, and he was coming back off that gruesome injury. But he played well.
I've always said it is a huge advantage for a kid to grow up in a professional locker room. See Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey Jr., we can go on and on. See Shannon Sharp at least being around his big brother.
You look at Dante Winfield, look at Winfield Jr.
Okay.
Look at McCaffrey. Antoine, excuse me. Look at the Mannings.
Look at it.
So,
it just gives you a jump start.
Howie Long's kids.
Howie Long's kids. it makes you feel so much more confident because your dad did it and you grew up around it. Well, it's just what I do. I can do this. I think Christian had that belief in himself from the start.
Yes.
I watched him a lot at Stanford, and he amazed me because he will run it between the tackles.
Yes, that's a pro-style offense.
Yeah.
Yes, they run it, but yes.
And they hammered him. Oh, they hammered away, and he stayed a little nicked. He always had something going on. He did end up missing one game against Notre Dame that last year with a hip injury. But then he comes into pro football, and he astounded me with his durability for 3 years. But they are just wearing him out.
Yeah, that's too many carries for somebody so small.
But he can catch it as well as he can carry it. So he became the whole show. He became a fantasy football super duper star, right? A Hall of Famer, right? And then last year, as you said, it started to happen. This, that, and the other. High ankle sprain, then banged up shoulder, and then he had a deep thigh bruise that he couldn't get past.
Right.
Well, is he going Zeke on us right before your very eyes? Because Zeke just like, quote unquote, died for the cause. He gave you 3 great years.
Right. Oh, well, we're not just handing it to him. He does get tackled when he catches the ball. They just don't tackle people that run the ball, Skip. If you catch it, they will tackle you also. So when you give him those many touches, Skip, he's getting hit. So just think about if he gets hit, he breaks a tackle. So instead of having 1 hit, he might get 2, 3, 4 because he can break a lot of tackles, Skip. And so for me, I hope, and I think it's just a run of bad luck, but I do think they're going to have to curtail some of his touches, Skip. 5'11", barely over 200 pounds. That's a lot of touches for someone so small.
He's also put together to where he's a little tight to me. Yeah. So it didn't shock me that the ham went last night because he's just running and all of a sudden he kind of goes up.
Right.
And he's like in midair and it, and then I got to shut it down. I don't know if it's just tweaked or who knows the extent of it. We could see it right there. You can just see him go up, and that's the end of that.
Yeah. But Skip, he can't do TB12.
Yeah.
Running back can't do band work. They got to have iron work. So it's a whole different ball game.
For his sake, because he's such a good kid, I hope he can fight through this. But I'm going to predict he won't have a long career. It's just too dangerous what he's doing. He's going to get banged up and stay banged up.
Right.
But he has become their whole show.
Right.
And if he could get back quickly and they could stay on course and have one of those shocking breakthrough years, which they are on course to do because of their defense, he's going to get in the MVP conversation. Right. If he could come back quickly from this, if it's only a tweak, if he could get back in 10 days.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, Skip. I mean, like you said, 5'11", a little barely over 200 pounds, that's a lot. I mean, like Barry was put together like that. But you wouldn't get no shots on Barry.
No.
I mean, you pushing Barry getting pushed out of bounds.
Well, Emmett was 5'9", barely over 200,
but you ain't getting no clean shot on Emmett.
I've never seen such quickness in a confined space.
And we're not going to confuse Carolina's offensive line with what Emmett was running behind. What Emmett was running behind.
I think he's the greatest ever.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be hard-pressed to say that it wasn't. Now, Skip, it would have been great to see had Big Easy, the right tackle, stayed healthy. Yeah. That car accident robbed Eric Williams. That car accident robbed him of his. But he was a man. He was a grown man. And Nate and Tuanay and Stepnowski and they had Gogan. Yep. They were loaded. Skip, you remember I was telling you about we played the Eagles in '92. They looked up our stats from that game. They beat us 30-0. We had 82 total yards and 4 first downs.
Whew. That was when Buddy was flying high.
I just saying, so we didn't have a good day that day.
No.
All right, guys, it's time to talk some more Lake Show because LeBron's going to be better ever this season. We've got the latest details next.
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy, and I won't back down.
Other delivery apps add surprise fees, but at Domino's, we're adding on $50 million in surprise frees. Like surprise-free giant lava cakes? Well, just 2 regular-sized lava cakes, but they're still free. Order Domino's delivery online and you might get one of these surprise frees.
When you let nature just do its thing. Is it any wonder our beer tastes so pure? Michelob Ultra Pure Gold. Organic by...
One mom, 3 kids, 1 pack of Ben's Original Jasmine Rice, 1 pinch of chaos. We're all original recipes.
We finally found the perfect house.
Yeah, we couldn't believe the deal we got. Just lucky, I guess.
And I won't back
We're a little closer to the airport than we thought.
Christian McCaffrey left last night's game against the Texans.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car
Carolina
insurance
had
easy.
no problem
Saving
beating
us so much money.
How was your flight? Good.
Morning, Ted.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
New Klondike cones. Experience the chocolate